Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I think I said it wrong. Did I say it wrong?
Did you say
Named data
boom?
networking. Not name-directed networks. Dummy.
All right, I'm going to jump off really quickly because I'm actually now using my brother-in-law's data capped
Okay, yeah.
connection.
All right, thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
That was a great show, though. What should we
Yes.
call it, Jenny?
Well, we have some excellent selections from the chat room. We've got Thunder-C apostrophe.
That's too good. Oh, it's Tinvec.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. And I do like Brustleberries. After all, you're my wonder list.
That's really good, too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what else. Sound Greyhound.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Got
yes.
it. That took me a second, but that's really clever.
And then Dark Redeemer has Thunder, Thunder, Thunderbolt 3, which I will take.
That's pretty good, too.
Reference. Yeah, it's pretty good. Those were my top faves.
I want to go with Thundercats. That's just too...
Yeah, always. My general rule of life is if there's a Thundercats or Voltron reference, I'm in.
Yeah, why not? Never turn them down. Well, until we get one every day for a million days running. Then
who watches the Thundercats?
Who watches? I do. I watch the Thundercats.
I do. So since there's no one else here, do you guys want to hear about the Apple Watch so far?
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me set it up with my while I'm levelating. So far, it's been a week-ish, almost a week without it. The only thing I have noticed is that I miss being told to stand up. Now, I know I complained as much as possible about how it was not knowing when I stood up, but I liked the reminder. It did get me out of my chair and stretching my legs and walking around, so I kind of wish it was still doing that. Otherwise, I don't miss anything else.
So, and now I have been wearing the DTNS Apple Watch, I think since last Friday. And
right, because you got it Thursday.
Here's what I found. Yeah, I got it Thursday and I got it all charged up and started using it. Then my phone had a critical disaster, and so I had to reset it up on Friday. And what ended up happening was we went to Disneyland on Friday night.
Dangerous.
And I know, very dangerous. I have to confess, Tom, I went on Splash Mountain.
Oh, I saw the picture.
Apple Watch.
I saw Molly Wood on Twitter chastising you too.
And I was like, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but it survived just fine. I very protectively covered it. But what I noticed most about the Apple Watch at Disneyland was that everybody wanted to talk about it. And the first question, and the only question that I've gotten about this watch the entire time is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And so far, I've tried to do as much as possible with it. And what I've noticed so far is that it is excellent at draining the battery on my iPhone. That's its job. Its job is to have a constant tether to a phone, which is really no more ever than 1 foot away from me. And its job is to talk to that phone constantly and use up its battery. That being said, I did notice, and this is a terrible thing to admit, but I did notice that when I was driving and getting directions to some place in Torrance, it was helpful to get the haptic feedback of when to turn so that I didn't have to look at the map on the phone, or I didn't have to I missed that.
Justin Robert Young has been raving about that too, actually.
Yeah. It's super, and even when you're driving, when you're at 10 and 2 or whatever you're supposed to be at, the watch, if it's on your left hand, is kind of right there, and you can see the arrow. You're not really looking at it, but it's in your field of vision, and that has been helpful. The phone calls sound atrocious. Let's not lie.
Oh yeah, no, it is an emergency use only telephone device.
Yeah, and so that has been sort of the usage so far. I do think it's cool if your phone is playing music, like if it's in a dock and playing music, that you can control the music from your phone. That's the coolest app so far. But Evernote doesn't seem to work. There are a lot of apps that just don't work, even though they're on there.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Slack.
And in fact, some of them are intermittent. I couldn't get the music thing to work half the time. It worked sometimes, but not all the time. And same with my running apps.
I have to say though, Metal Freak walked out of the room. This is the Apple the Apple Watch. And I had a Mophie Space Pack or an Air or whatever, whichever one I had, and it was so heavy that my hands have been having problems lately, just aside, that it unbalanced my hands, and it caused in 24 hours, 2 disastrous iPhone crashes. So I'm back to the bouncy, soft one with the lip, because the Mophie actually unbalanced how I normally hold a phone. And there were just 2 unbelievable catastrophes, which I will someday reserve for Tell It Anyway, because I can't tell them here.
No, tell it anyway. Oh, right.
No, I really can't.
Tell it. Well, that's what Tell It Anyway's for.
That it is for those kind of stories. So the bottom line is I'm intrigued by it. I am so grateful that I didn't have to buy it. And I have a hard time keeping it, like remembering to charge it, like, oh, it's another thing to charge. So, but every day I'm
Where
tweeting
do you
about
keep the charger?
Well, that's another problem, is that like I have to keep it somewhere perfectly flat and perfectly, because sometimes it like bops off
Yeah.
the charger. It's really easy that's what's happened to me sometimes.
I found a
Not
place
that it
on my
doesn't-
bedside table where it was pretty flat, and the last thing I did before I went to sleep is I would take it off and put it there. But even then, I had to think about, I couldn't just plop it down. I had to make sure I positioned it right and the band wasn't curled up, because then it wasn't making proper contact.
And it's inductive charging, right? That's what it's doing?
Yep.
Inductive? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So inductive charging is super cool, but I would have liked a wider plane. Like maybe a circle that was actually a little bit bigger.
I mean, I get it,
watch.
because you don't, I mean, it's, when it clicks, and it's working. But because it's got a band on it, it's really easy to have it like get wedged off somehow. So it would be better to be a mat, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because like it has fallen off the charger and then not taken the charge and been at like 28%.
Yeah,
so.
I've had that in the morning before with it.
Yeah. So let's see what else. So that's been it. I've been tweeting every day. I'm a couple days behind, but I've been doing a tweet for every day with the dominant like moment for the Apple Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye on Jennie
J23, yeah,
with an IE. For more of that. And yes, Molly didn't chastise me so much for wearing the watch on Splash Mountain. She was like, "What are you doing on Splash Mountain at 10:30 at night?" I was like, "I'm being a kid."
No, I think you're right. It was more about the time of day, wasn't it?
It was more about Tom's reaction. Like, you took my blinking Apple Watch on Splash Mountain.
I saw it on your wrist in the picture. I was like, well, it is waterproof. They say don't push it, but it should be fine.
Yeah, the only thing that ended up getting soaked on Splash Mountain was me at 10:30 at night, after which Matt and I both looked at each other. I was like, yep, we're going home now.
Yeah. Wet.
Yeah,
Afraid.
that was not well thought through, but still fun.
This wasn't like particularly hot that day, if I remember right, either.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I have to say that Disneyland's, not to turn this into a Disneyland thing, but Disneyland's 60th anniversary, Tom, you should really find time to go this year, because it's doing some pretty magnificent things.
So I've heard.
There's just for this year. So give it a go. Give it a go sometime.
I've never not wanted to go. That's a long story.
Well, can we take you? Can Matt and I take you and
Sure,
Eileen
good
to
luck.
Disney?
Try and take me. The world works against me going.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I've planned to go several times, and it always gets scuttled.
I'll miss you what I could do about that.
All right. Yeah, talk to Eileen, because she's all hell-bent to get me out there, too.
All right. I like it.
But, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I have to do the show notes, don't I? Oh, no.
Probably.
Yeah, they may come later. They may come at like 7 o'clock at night. Is that terrible?
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Ask
Hey,
the
bosses.
people.
Dear bosses, I have to teach a class at 4. Can I do the show notes at 7?
Yeah. Do you want to tell them what you're doing with the teaching?
I am
pretty
teaching.
cool.
Yeah, so I'm basically teaching you guys. I'm teaching new media producing starting at 4 o'clock at a local school here. And it's pretty neat. I guess we'll find out how it goes. But my first lesson is a little bit about the first story ever told on the internet. So that's what I was just working up and have to finish before 4 o'clock. So there you go.
And I think I have successfully published the show. I feel like I'm missing something, but it's all there. Oh, it's all good. That was too easy. Your Apple Watch story so enthralled me that I didn't even feel the time pass.
Yay!
So I am out of the post. We're done. Stay tuned for Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young on Night Attack, immediately following the Wicked Smart podcast with two guys from Dorchester.